All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another great session with the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, the bombing of Muslims by the military in Kaduna is a wake-up call to Christian elders and elites. Ever since that bombing occurred, we have seen series of interviews from northern elders and elites talking about independent investigation of the occurrence to get to the root of the matter, and that adequate compensation and justice must be served. But for 8 years under Buhari, El-Rufai was committing genocide on Christians in southern Kaduna. All manner of persecution and killings of Christians went on under Buhari, but we never saw this kind of response from Christian elders and elites. Even the killing in Owo, Ondo State, where gunmen marched into a church, and you know the story, you know what they did. 2 days later, everyone stopped talking about it. Southerners were not even bothered about it anymore. Southern elites and elders are terrible in this aspect. We have to talk about it. That is why this man, this Islamic cleric, Yabo, instead of facing what happened in Kaduna squarely, opened his mouth and said, why are the military not mistakenly bombing the south and the east? Why are they only mistakenly bombing the north? I couldn't believe my ears. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that update. Before I show you how he said it and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this unfortunate statement by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. Look at how the papers reported it. Tudunbiri bombing has happened. Let's move on. Ribadu. The National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu says the tragic bombing of Tudunbiri village, in which over 126 persons were killed, has happened, and that the most important thing is moving forward, learning lessons from the incident. We are here to physically see and also talk directly to the people, victims and families, and make an assessment for the federal government. It is a tragedy and misfortune, but it has happened. What matters is how we move forward, what we are going to learn from here, and what exactly we need to do, Mr. Ribadu said. Now, the military claimed that they mistakenly dropped a bomb on citizens. Citizens were killed. And then the National Security Advisor to the president turns up at the residence of those citizens, and he starts talking about moving on, that it has happened, it has happened. This statement does not only trivialize the killings of Nigerians, it also shows that Nuhu Ribadu, the NSA, does not also believe that this incident needs to be thoroughly investigated. He is one of those APC people that are dodging the investigation of independent panels because they know a lot more about this incident. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here says, because your family member is not involved, in a sane nation, Nigerian army will be held accountable and the entire country will mourn the dead, definitely. But see as our own country be. This tweet by Sapi says, in other words, the life of ordinary Nigerians don't matter. Just forget them. So sad. And Monarch here says, now this move on, make this country move, go where we don't know so. Y'all keep committing atrocities and telling those on the receiving end to move on. Unado. So sad. And this one here says, if your family members were involved, would you have made this thoughtless and insensitive statement? It would have been better if you had kept your big mouth shut. This one enter. And this tweet here says, you dare not say this in a sane country without facing the consequences. But this is Nigeria. It is what it is. And this tweet here says, what do you expect when a DPO is made an NSA? More training is needed. Now, let us look at that disgraceful statement made by Islamic cleric Yabo. Look at how the papers reported it. Nigerian military has not mistakenly bombed south or eastern Nigeria, but only north. Islamic cleric Yabo says north is bleeding. A Sokoto-based Islamic scholar Sheikh Mohammed Yabo, has condemned the military bombing of villagers during the Maulud celebration at Tudunbiri village, Kaduna State. Sahara reporters reported on Monday that the Nigerian military on Sunday killed scores of Muslims celebrating the birthday of Prophet Muhammad in the state. It was gathered that Muslim worshippers were killed by an aerial bombardment. The army had said the airstrikes were targeting terrorists. But reacting to the incident in a video shared on social media, Yabo decried that most of the aerial bombings happened in northern region without a single one occurring in the southern region. He declared that northern Nigeria is bleeding from military bombing campaigns, blaming the continued killings on lack of unity of northern leaders, which he attributed to personal interests. According to Yabo in the interview transcribed by Daily Trust, it was not the first time the bombs were dropped on innocent people by security agencies, and they would claim it was a mistake. They once targeted IDPs in Borno. Same in Yobe. They also dropped a bomb in Nasarawa, and now it happened in Kaduna. Till date, the military has not made any aerial bombing in southern or eastern parts of the country. It always happens in the north because of our lack of unity. Imagine what an elderly man is saying. You cannot just face the issue that you are talking about squarely. The hatred in him, he could not contain the hatred in him. In other words, if it was happening in the south or in the east, he would have been very happy about it. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. And this tweet here by Olamilekan says, "This is what you get when you engage in injustice. Muslim ticket in a country that contains Muslims, Christians, and traditional worshippers is an injustice." And this tweet here says, "So his annoyance is that the south or west have not been bombed." Yes, that is his problem. Why are they not bombing the south and western Nigeria? Why are they bombing the north? That is where his issue lies. As if there are terrorists in south and west. Is it not you people that give birth? You cannot control the children you give birth to and they grow up and become terrorists? Was it not Shetima that went and imported Boko Haram into Nigeria? Do we have all those things in the south and west? And this tweet here says, so he would have preferred that the bombings happened in the south or east. Is this supposed to happen at all? That is it. Those are the kind of human beings we live with in this country. And Oga Patrick here says, what a statement from an elderly man like him. Very disappointing. Very, very, to these ones, age means nothing. The gray hair on their hair is just a disgrace. And Chika here says, North go bleed tire. Because North never valued good governance, but religion and ethnicity. North doesn't care about who will improve their lives, but who is a Muslim and a Northerner. Sheikhs deceived the North not to vote any Christian, instead to vote the worst Muslim. Una go see Shege. That is it. Let the religion help them, since nothing else matters aside Muslim tickets. No matter how they suffer under the Muslim ticket, I have no pity for them, because according to them, that is the whole essence of existence is Islam. So waiting concern us now. In other news, let me show you the video of what Nyesom Wike was doing in the office of the Chief of Staff to Tinubu. See the video.
Yes, sir.
You have seen that, and it's such a pity what this man has reduced himself to. Remember during the campaigns when all these guys were coming to his office to ask him to support them, when they were almost bowing at his knee. But look at him now. The legacy, everything thrown away just because of ministerial appointment. Oh, what a disgrace. Anyway, make I leave him here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Na I dey here. So, don't go away. Don't go